Greetings, family. Peace and love to you and yours. This is Guru, and thanks for visiting my channel. Family, this video is about the Oklahoma cop who says race didn't factor into the shooting of black man. I'm gonna just read the story to you, but we all know the truth of this story already because we saw the video footage with our own eyes. We don't need any propaganda from any media outlet, mainstream or otherwise, to tell us the truth. We know what the truth is ourselves. We know what it is because we were able to witness it with our own eyes. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and read the propaganda that they're trying to feed to us. A white Oklahoma police officer charged with manslaughter for fatally shooting an unarmed black man last year says the man's race had nothing to do with her decision to fire her gun. Tulsa officer Betty Jo Shelby told CBS's 60 Minutes in an interview that aired Sunday that she used lethal force because she feared 40-year-old Terence Crutcher was reaching inside his SUV for a gun. Now, I had to stop the video for a minute and take a deep breath because I'm really just sick and tired of Europeans who proclaim that they have the slightest bit of intelligence, and then they pull stunts like this where they kill another human being and then they use the lamest excuse as to, oh, I thought he was grabbing a gun. Why was her first reaction to thinking anything had to be something negative? That's first and foremost, but I'm going to continue with this because we just got to get further into it to really see what the stupidity is with these people. It's amazing that they get away with this, and I'm so sick of even doing the videos because the videos, there's so many of these videos where we're seeing white people get away with murder. And that's the bottom line. They're getting away with murder of killing black people. Black and brown people, I will include that. They're getting away with murder, and it's so disgusting because I have to say that human beings don't do this, so I have to wonder what kind of creatures that we're dealing with, because I can't call them human beings to do this. I can't. It's too harsh. It's too harsh of a word to describe these type of people, human beings. That's too harsh of a word. No. We need to find another word for these creatures. But anyways, she's thinking that he's reaching inside his SUV for a gun. I mean, that's the lamest excuse we always hear this kind of BS though. But anyways, quote, I'm feeling that his intent is to do me harm, and I keep thinking, don't do this. Please don't do this. Don't make this happen. Now, this is her thinking this now. Nothing else is going on. This is her own psychotic, erratic, schizophrenic thinking mindset. They need to lock her up and put her under the jail. She killed a human being based on her own schizophrenic thinking and good grief. Shelby, anyways, she's saying, don't make this happen, Shelby told correspondent Bill Whitaker in her first interview since the September 16th shooting. Shelby said she remembers the moment Crutcher appeared to reach inside. Quote, and it's fast, just that would tell any officer that that man's going for a weapon. No, it does not just tell any officer that. It might mean that he's going for it, reaching for his wallet, maybe reaching for his ID, maybe his registration, maybe something along those lines. If he was a white man, that's exactly what you would be thinking. But no, since he's a black man and race has everything to do with it, you're going to sit here and lie and says that no, race doesn't have anything to do with it. After all, I don't see color. You're lying like Tommy Loren. You white supremacists lie so much you believe your own lies. It's become normal business as usual for you, and it's disgusting. It's filthy disgusting. Filthy disgusting. Anyways, so she says just that would tell any officer that that man's going for a weapon. Of course, when he's a black man, that's what you think. But when he's a white man, that's not what you think. She's okay. But anyway, she said, I say with a louder, more intense voice, "Stop, stop, stop." And he didn't. And that's when I took aim. Yeah. No. You criminal, you. You took aim because he was a black man and you thought the worst. That's what it was. Shelby said she also remembers pulling the trigger. Quote, "It's like slow motion of me bringing my gun up, my finger coming in and then letting off. And he stopped and then he just slowly fell to the ground," she said. Shelby has pleaded not guilty to first-degree manslaughter and goes to trial May 8th. Prosecutors contend that Shelby overreached because Crutcher wasn't armed or combative when she approached him on a North Tulsa street after his SUV broke down, and that he obeyed orders to raise his hands. Exactly, but she's telling another story because she's testifying. She is testifying. It's what they do. They get on stand and they testify. She should not get away with murder. And we're really tired of seeing white people get away with murder, of killing unarmed black people. And people around the world, you guys need to realize and understand that that's what's happening here in the United States of America. And it's not the United States. It's hardly united. We're just states of America. That's more like what you can call it. We're not United States of America. We're just states of America. That would be more like describing it in a realistic and reality, in terms of reality. Right? Exactly. So it's like slow motion of me bringing my gun up, my finger coming in and then letting off. And he stopped and then he just slowly fell to the ground, she said. Yeah, that's after you murdered him. That's after you took him away from his wife, from his kids, from his mother, from his grandparents, from his family and friends, and everybody that knew him, just based on your stupidity, from your schizophrenic thinking, from your backwards, low IQ, schizophrenic, feared, paranoid thinking. You deserve to be under the jail. But no, you white people, especially in the criminal justice, so-called justice system, from the judges down, you guys have a code to protect each other. And we see that. It's a reality. It's no longer hidden. We see it. We know it. You creatures are not getting away with anything. We know what's going on. You guys just like, you have your little minions coming on, trolling our channels and trolling people and trying to get us distracted, but we know exactly what's going on. We know exactly what's going on. You guys are getting away with murdering unarmed black men and women, brown men and women. You guys are getting away with murdering us in the streets. You creatures are doing that. But I digress. Shelby has pleaded not guilty to first-degree manslaughter. Oh, I read that part already. It goes to trial on May 8th. And then, okay. After the shooting, investigators determined that Crutcher didn't have a weapon on him or in his SUV. You see, of course he didn't. It was just her backwards thinking. The shooting was caught on video from a police helicopter and a dashboard camera. Footage showed Crutcher walking away from Shelby with his arms in the air, but the images don't provide a clear view of when Shelby fired the single shot. It doesn't matter. We know she fired it, and he's dead. Those are facts. White people like to turn things around, though. They talk about their high IQ, and then they turn things around and make things appear what they're not, and they try to use every excuse in the world why they can't charge themselves and be accountable and responsible for their actions. No, but they demand it from everyone else. Crooked, foul, and nasty. Shelby believes she was swiftly charged because authorities feared civil unrest if they delayed taking action. Well, for sure, because you killed an unarmed man. What do you expect? You were supposed to be put. See, this is the entitlement though that these pale females also believe that they have. They believe that once they have a badge and a uniform, that they are entitled to kill whoever they want to kill. They feel that they're entitled to that. May God strike you all to death so quickly and swiftly and fast, and if not you, your families. Because you know what? You're wrong. You're foul and disgusting doing this to human beings. I wish the worst on people like you. The worst. So yeah, when your families are caught up in tornadoes and hurricanes, yeah, we're on the sidelines laughing and enjoying the spectacle because it's karma. That's what that is. It's karma. Residents in other cities took to the streets in protest last year in response to a series of deaths of black residents during encounters with police. Shelby says she has had difficulty coming to terms with killing someone. Quote, I have sorrow that this happened, that this man lost his life. You mean that you killed him? But he caused the situation to occur. No, you did. You see, this is Europeans at their worst. They always love to not take responsibility for their own actions. He didn't pull the trigger, you did. You pulled the trigger. You did it. And what was it based on? It was based on only your ill thoughts that what happened that did not manifest to be true. They were false. It was based on faulty thinking, i.e., low IQ, dysfunctional thinking, dysfunctional thought process. Do you understand? So she goes on to say, so in the end, he caused his own death, she said. So see what I'm saying? This is Europeans at their finest. She blames him for his own death. They need to put her under the jail. Listen, I don't know where our strong black women are. I know they're out there, but they need to whoop. Oh boy. Anyways, Terence Crutcher's twin sister told 60 Minutes that her brother was obeying Shelby's commands, as we all witnessed in the video. You know, the video that she wants to lie about. Anyways, quote, what we saw on that video is what my dad always taught my brothers, taught us to do if we were pulled over by a police officer, Tiffany Crutcher said. Quote, put your hands in the air and put your hands on the car. And my brother did what my father taught us, unquote, she said. Now this wench right here that we're looking at, she believes he was reaching in the car when he was probably putting his hands on the car. But she says, no, he was reaching inside of his car. She's a liar. They so many of them are too. It's so pathetic. It's just disgraceful. It's disgraceful to mankind. It's really disgraceful to mankind. It really is. Just disgraceful. Quote, my brother's dead because she didn't pause, unquote, according to Crutcher. Exactly. She did not think and pause. Quote, there was absolutely no justification whatsoever with all the backup for Officer Shelby to pull that trigger. No justification whatsoever. Unquote. Exactly. Facts. Another officer had arrived at the scene prior to the shooting and a police helicopter was hovering overhead at the time. Crutcher said she is pleased with the manslaughter charge filed against Shelby. Well, don't be so excited, because they do that as just a smokescreen. That's just to calm you down, just to calm the nerves. The reality is they let people like this go. Why? Because she's entitled to being let go. Because why? She has white skin, milky white skin, and they need protection. They need extra protection. They need extra privileges. They're special people. Or are they people at all? Anyways, quote, I don't believe she woke up that morning and said, I'm going to go and kill Terence Crutcher, unquote. I believe that she choked and she pulled the trigger and she killed him, unquote. Exactly. She might not have intended to kill Terence Crutcher, but she sure did choke on her job, and she killed him. She killed Terence Crutcher. That's the reality. I'm going to end this video here. Family, if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button, just so you don't miss out on future informative videos. Thanks for watching. Peace and love to you and yours. And until the next video, don't forget to love yourself. I'm out.